Hello, my name's Eli Wilson. Today I'll be going through the experimental determination percent composition of a compound lab. The purpose of this lab is to determine the percent composition of magnesium oxide by synthesizing it from a magnesium and oxygen, then comparing it to theoretical values. A few goals of this lab are to learn how to create a compound through a chemical reaction, measure masses before and after a reaction, and calculate the percent composition of each element. For this lab, you'll need a ring stand, a ring, a Bunsen burner, a glass straw, crucible tongs, a flint spark lighter, a zero point 0.3 to zero point 0.5 gram magnesium ribbon, a crucible, a wash bottle, a clay triangle, a calculator, and a pencil. Make sure you are wearing safety goggles. First, take the clay triangle and crucible while empty and place them on the ring stand. Using the flint spark lighter, light the Bunsen burner directly under the crucible to remove moisture. After 5 minutes, turn off the gas to the Bunsen burner and allow the crucible to cool for a few minutes. After it has cooled, use the crucible tongs to pick the crucible up and weigh it. Once you have weighed the crucible, take the magnesium ribbon and lodge it into the crucible. Weigh it again after you've done so. Make sure to be very careful when handling with the crucible. With the magnesium inside the crucible, place it back onto the clay triangle and light the Bunsen burner. Allow the crucible to heat for a couple of minutes. Once the crucible has been heated, remove the lid so air can ignite the flame. Try to put the lid back on as soon as it catches fire so the smoke won't leave the crucible. If the smoke does leave, it can cause a loss in mass. Keep doing this periodically. Once it stops igniting, let it sit on the fire for 5 more minutes. After the 5 minutes are up, turn the gas off and allow the crucible to cool. Once the crucible has cooled, take the lid off and crush the magnesium ribbon down with a glass straw. Be careful when doing so to avoid losing material. After crushing the material, pour 10 drops of distilled water into the crucible. This will convert it into magnesium hydroxide. Put the lid back on, then place the crucible back onto the clay triangle. Turn the gas on and light the Bunsen burner to begin heating the crucible again. Make sure the heat is gently for the first 5 minutes. After gently heating the crucible, heat it with a stronger flame for 5 more minutes. This will break the magnesium hydroxide down into magnesium oxide. After the second heating, turn the gas off and allow the crucible to cool down again. After the crucible has cooled, weigh it one last time. Make sure to clean your station in the lab and put everything away. These are my results for the lab. A few mistakes to avoid during the lab are losing material and mass when completing certain steps, incorrectly weighing the materials, and using too much heat on the crucible. A few safety tips are to wear safety goggles, avoid burning when handling the Bunsen burner and crucible, and disposing of the materials properly. To summarize the lab, we successfully produced magnesium oxide, collected measurements, and compared theoretical and experimental values. We learned how mass changes during a chemical reaction and how to determine percent composition experimentally.